This drive around the league is brought to you by your Greater Washington area Hyundai dealers.
Summer is here. Hurry in for epic savings on award-winning SUVs and sedans at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Get 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days on the Tucson, or get $2,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
That is Grant Paulsen. I am Danny Rouhier. We are talking Nats. Injury, Steven Strasburg, things you never like to hear in the same sentence, GP. Just your thoughts on what sounds like carpal tunnel syndrome, something that affects a lot of cubicle warriors, not necessarily World Series MVPs.
Yeah, that's tough. I guess I'd rather it be this, whatever this is, than something with the forearm, which means elbow, which could mean shoulder, and all of the things in between. So I guess in that sense, this is better than if he was dealing with something else as a pitcher in that right arm. I am skeptical about whether or not we're going to see him again, though, Danny. I mean, you just think about this season, and while I believe that it matters to the guys that are participating, you just signed him to a 7-year contract for $245 million. You're normally going to be careful in the first year of that contract with a guy having issues. I think you would extrapolate that even further out and say, man, in a 60-game sprint that's kind of a quirky year anyway with this pandemic and kind of a weird thrown-together campaign, maybe we shouldn't push it. So I think there's a chance we don't see him again. I certainly hope that's not the case, but it's a possibility.
Juan Soto's incredible. What he's doing is ridiculous. What he should be doing is going through the motions out in front of a bunch of pitches, late on others, kind of going through his own version of spring training. Or that should have already happened after basically riding his stationary bike in his apartment for his positive coronavirus test. Instead, he's carried this offense. He's been absolutely incredible. How do you put into context and properly quantify what we're seeing from one of the best young players in baseball?
Well, I think we start right there. I mean, he's one of the best young players in baseball, but really more accurately, he's one of the best players in baseball. This is a guy playing at a most valuable player level right now. He could win an MVP award if he was able to do this over a 6-month season or over this 60-game season. Davey this week said he thinks he'll win an MVP award. And while I agree with Davey, I'd actually correct that and say this is the type of guy that could win several MVP awards. He is off to a Hall of Fame start to his career. We're talking about a unique, special talent, the likes of which doesn't really exist around the sport. If you right now want to rank the best players in the NL, there's a list that can be made with guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., San Diego, Cody Bellinger, Los Angeles, maybe even Mookie Betts, Los Angeles, Ronald Acuna Jr. got off a little bit of a slow start, was picking it up before he got hurt with Atlanta. But Soto's on that list right now. He's amazing. He's a tough out. I love him. I love how he takes pitches and draws walks, and he has discipline. But he couples with that a plus hit tool, plus power. You saw 2 460-foot homers. I think he's still got the 2 longest homers in the National League this year. I can't say enough about him, man. He has become must-see television.
Pick a pitcher, pick a hitter. Who do they need more from to start playing more consistent baseball?
Pitcher Anibal Sanchez starting tonight with Atlanta. He's made 3 starts, given up 14 earnings. He just hadn't pitched well. And with potentially no Strasburg for a while, Mac's kind of battling right now a little more than he has to. They need someone else in that rotation. It can't just be Pat Corbin and Max Scherzer. So I would say Sanchez becoming the guy that he was second half of last year, vital. And then I would say at the plate, Eric Thames. He's been hitting sub 200, just hasn't made an impact yet. They need his left-handed power, particularly against righties. You face them a lot more than lefties. So he has not contributed like I think. Give me a name on pitching and hitting front as well. So
Sanchez was my 1A. I'll say Sean Doolittle. They need that bridge towards the end of the game. Rainey, Hudson, nails. They've been awesome. Other than that, you worry if you're in a close game. You're going to have to squeeze out a lot more close games with the lack of depth in the rotation, kind of as you alluded to. At the plate, Thames, again, probably the 1 seed at a premium position like first base. I'd add Adam Eaton in there to that group, though. I mean, just some of the numbers haven't been there. You got to set the table, make teams have to pitch to Juan Soto. That's basically what this offense is right now, is how do we get to Juan Soto so that his at-bats mean that much more? They need a little bit more consistency from Eaton, and then whoever's protecting Soto. Hopefully Kendrick, off for a couple of days, is back and swinging it well. But that'll do it for us. We'll talk to you guys next week.
This drive around the league is brought to you by your Greater Washington area Hyundai dealers.
Summer is here. Hurry in for epic savings on award-winning SUVs and sedans at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Get 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days on the Tucson, or get $2,750 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.